Trying it again. Check, baby. Check, baby. One, two, three. All right, check, check. I think I'm on now. All right. Sorry about losing you guys last time, but we're back up again. Um, where was I? All right. I was talking about what's up, Leandre. All right. So back to what I was talking about. I mentioned that your actions define your results. Make sure that those things are going well, that you're trying your hardest. And then I was talking about all the workouts, but there was one that I wanted to talk about. So that was loose balls. All right, nah, don't think like that, you immature people. Nah, loose basketballs on the ground. We need to get those. They're extremely important. All right. When there's a ball on the ground, you need to do all that you can to get that basketball. Why? Because, some people are short, some people are slow, some people don't have what it takes to make the league, right? But no matter how much you or how less you've been blessed with, one thing that you can do is be willing to hurt yourself because very, very few people are willing to hurt themselves. And if you do it well, you won't ever hurt yourself. So if you get down low, before you dive for a loose ball, and you get your knee right by the ground, and then you touch the ball. Yep, I heard. And you touch the ground with both hands, and then you sweep through for the loose ball. That's your best chance of doing it. And then you want to slide straight across as opposed to jumping straight down. So if you can get a loose ball, not only are very few people trying for those, if you get many, many loose balls, your coach will assume that you want it more than everyone else. Furthermore, your teammates will all be inspired by it. So maybe you can't dunk, all right? Maybe dunking is beyond you, right? And you can't really hype the crowd up that way. Well, you can hype the crowd up by getting a loose ball. And we go for two different types of loose balls during our practice. The one where we roll it, you have to get down super low and then go like this and swim forward. And the other one is when we bounce it. And the bouncy one's even harder because you have to time that thing. It's going to be up or down, up or down. And what this simulates is something going into the back court, something going out of bounds usually. All right. And you have to jump up in the air. And then before you land on the ground, you want to catch the ball with one hand and sweep it back onto the court as you turn to the side and land on the side of your body smoothly so that you don't land on the ground too hard. All right, diving out of bounds and diving for loose balls, two things that many people aren't very good at. All right, I got good at those things. I started off in sixth grade, just making it up, like falling to the ground, and then I wanted to be very, very great at it because Dennis Rodman was great. And when I got into ninth grade, I wanted those loose balls, and I don't know why. I mean, because everyone was like, "Yeah, I was the best player on my high school team." I'm supposed to be the prima donna kid, but for me, I wanted to be the hardest worker. So I was going for the loose balls. And the guy that reminds me of that sort of guy, but at a higher level, is LeBron James. All right. Even though he's like the prima donna guy and like don't get him injured, he's the first one back on defense with those chase down blocks. All right. And then Kobe Bryant is another guy. Even though he's the prima donna guy, nah, he was the first one down to get loose balls. All right. And when it comes to guys like that, guys willing to sacrifice their bodies, I've seen LeBron take charges and things like that. That leads a team more than anything else could. You can tell your teammates, "Hey, let's run a mile, let's shoot 100 shots, etc." But nothing's going to lead them like you be willing to put your body on the line. Speaking of hyping up your teammates, Dylan is trying to hype up his coach by hyping up his teammates. All right. So our plan, if we do it correctly, is to show his coach that he's a special kid. All right. And he did have a talk with his coach. Spoke to his coach and he said that he wanted to tell all the JV guys to run a mile a day and shoot 100 shots. I think that was what he said. And then he said they also want to win 25 games. Now I don't think he said the one that I told him to say, the crazy one. I said he should want to challenge the varsity. I've never heard of that crap. If some kid told me that, he's in the game. Instantly. And players have said it, and I've just shut the players up. All right. Players have said, like, not that kind of crazy stuff, but you did say that? Oh man. Okay. So yeah, you win. All right. So the boldest I could ever imagine a player to be is Ben Levy. Okay. And not a great player, but he said he got mad at me. He's like, I can do it, coach. And he goes, put me at point guard. I was like, what? And we were playing against a team in Oakland that was like 50 points better than us. And I was like, I don't think that you want to do that, man. He's like, yeah, I can. You're holding me back. I was like, okay, you win. That was all it took. And I put Ben Levy out there as a point guard. Then what happened next was a little funny. I mean, he had 7 straight turnovers. He dribbled the ball off his foot. They stole it from him, dribbled the ball off his leg, threw it out of bounds. They stole it from him, dribbled the ball off his foot. Then the 8th time, he didn't get a turnover. He pulled it from half court to shoot a 3 and airballed it. Then we called a timeout. And I looked at him and I said, are you done? And he said, yes. I said, that's why I didn't do that. I don't want you to feel sad. Now put your head up and get back out there. Not at point guard. And he's like, okay. But he felt so sad. He felt like demoralized. So a lot of coaches don't want to put you in that position. But also I think that you don't want to put you in that position either. Because in the end, like, we don't really believe in ourselves the way that Ben did. And luckily for us, coaches aren't crazy like I am. But if you do something crazy and you push his buttons enough, he will give you that chance. So now Dylan Devaney is not Ben. He's a lot better than Ben. But I don't think that Dylan believes that. I don't know. He might. So you put yourself in a position, Dylan, where he's going to call your bluff. He will give you a chance. Maybe not at the beginning of the year, but he'll give you a chance. If you follow through with this and you're that guy who's a leader trying to push everyone, and you're like that brave, or you're saying, I want to play against the varsity with my squad. Let's go. Like that, he will have to give you a chance. And when he gives you that chance, it'll be small. You will get one chance. And if you mess up, you're out. But if you succeed, you're in. But in the other lifetime, in the other universe where you didn't take the chance to get a chance, and that means that you would have just been on JV for the entire time, and he would have given you 0 chance. No matter what, you wouldn't have made it. So this one chance is yours. So when you get that one chance, don't fail. And if you do fail, be okay with it. Don't be like, I got in the game, and the first play, they passed me the ball, and I dropped it because I was nervous. And then he took me out. And then have your parents go, why'd you take my boy out? He just made 1 mistake. The point guard that you took out made 4 mistakes. No. You get one chance. And the question is, do you want that one chance? You're going to get an open shot. Is it a brick or is it a swish? And if you want that one chance, and then, I mean, that's half the battle. But then to succeed on that one chance, that's just being clutch. All right. And the best way to succeed with that one clutch chance is to work as hard as you can right now and keep your mind focused on that one chance. It'll probably happen, if I had to throw out a date, January 22nd. All right. You're going to get that one chance. It'll come right when you give up. It'll come right when you say, oh, I'm going to be on JV forever. Oh my God, this sucks. Right the next day, it'll come. And it'll come because maybe the player ahead of you, he did badly. Maybe he failed a class. Maybe he got hurt. Whatever. And they're going to be like, let's go. Here's your chance. All this talk, prove it. And you will get a chance. All right? So let's work for that. Anyways, great job talking to your coach, Dylan. Really, really proud of you. All right. Let's move on to middle school drills. We got Buffalo layup drill, the drill that I hate, but the drill that you guys need. All right, you pass the ball, sprint forward, catch it, pass it again. And don't stop that momentum. Don't stop your speed. Call each other's names out so know who you're passing to next. Look ahead. Points in the pot. That's our free throw game. It's a very, very clutch game. Defense on the dribble handoffs, contest shots, 0 to 3 seconds down by 3 with free throws, and then Olympic drill. All right, I'm going to talk about defense on dribble handoffs. All right. It can't be hard to do it on offense and hard to do it on defense. You have to pick one, and you can make it easy for both. I'm down with that too. All right. So the way to make it hard on both is you dribble the ball and you try to hand the ball off. And then you realize that as soon as you catch it, the guy's trying to fight his way over the screen. And then as soon as you pick the ball up, now your man just like leaves you. And you're like, oh no, who am I passing to? Right? So that's a hard thing. The way to make it hard on the defense is you don't know when they're gonna do on-ball picks, right? It's kind of hard to see, but if they do an on-ball pick, you can show. But if they dribble the ball and they're driving, all of a sudden they just turn and hand the ball off. And now instead of the on-ball pick where you jump out, now you have to quickly change from being an on-the-ball defender to being a screen shower. And that's a very, very hard thing to do. And then if you do it well enough and you jump off, and you're like, oh, I'm jumping off. I'm helping the guy you handed the ball off to. And then they fake it. It's hard to guard all of that. So now for the defense, it's very, very hard. So it's an extremely hard thing to guard, but it's also an extremely hard thing to execute. Switch that around. Switch that around. All right. You need to make it so that it's extremely easy to beat the defense and extremely easy to guard. And I will tell you how to do that right now. If they're going for a dribble handoff, all you have to do is stay in front of your man. Know that he's facing the wing. He's not going to shoot that ball. And plus he has your man coming toward him. So the first thing to do is to notice he's not going to the basket. So you back off him about an arm's length so he can't get around you. And then the guy that is guarding the wing player coming off the screen, you have to go over. You can't go underneath that screen. You have to go over the handoff. When you go over the handoff, try to get back in front as fast as you can. When you're guarding the man passing the ball, be an arm's length away, but be prepared to sprint along the free throw line so you can flat show. All right. And when you flat show, you only flat show as long as it takes for the guy to get back in front of his man. All right. And then you sprint back to your man. So you're doing 2 sprints after a safe distance. That's how you guard it. That's how you guard it well. And it should be easy as long as you notice it first. Offensively, there you go. Offensively, this is an unstoppable play. It's unstoppable if you can do it correctly. When you dribble out, you can't show him. You can't show him that you're going to go for a handoff. You must keep your eyes toward the rim and then sprint to the side so that you can do it as fast as you can. All right, then you jump stop so that you can properly throw a handoff, so that you can properly get a screen without fouling, and so you can properly fake him out later on. All right, and then if you're the guy getting the ball on the wing, you're going to fake backdoor hard, like actually cut if he doesn't guard you. And then you want to sprint off that handoff screen. Sprint off. Don't give them time to adjust. And then during that sprint, during the sprint, the guy sprinting with the dribble, during the guy sprinting to go get the handoff, that's where the magic happens, because you have to read the defense. See if he's behind you, because if he goes underneath that screen, pop out for a 3. If he goes on top, you're coming in for a handoff and going straight toward that flat show person if he shows. And if the guy shows too early and you're the guy handing the ball off, see it out the corner of your eye, stutter step, and then you go to the basket because he showed too early. All right. And if they, again, if they overplay the pass, now you go back door. So no matter which way they choose, you're either going back door for a layup, handoff for a jumper, or fake handoff for a layup, and they can't stop it. But it must happen efficiently, and you must do it quickly. All right. And know that the other team probably won't be doing it like that. And that's why we practice it. Because if you practice that and you can get that up to being like a 100% play where like it's definitely going to happen, right? The defense can't guard it. And if we were playing against a team that did that perfectly and our defense wasn't sufficient, you would look at me and say, what do we do? And I would say, get their autograph? I have no idea. All right. That's an unstoppable play. So that's how you do it. And that's how it is. All right. Next one. I'm going by this clock right here because my clock is now off since I started late. All right. Wanted to talk about contesting shots. All right, contesting shots. Um, Again, your goal is not to block their shots. You're not trying to block anyone's shots. You're trying to put a hand in their face to not poke their eyes out, but to make their shot hard, to lower their percentage. And if someone had to shoot a blindfolded shot, well, they can't make that shot. So that's what your real goal is to just like blind him without poking his eyes up. All right. And you want to go for his eyes. If you go for the ball, you may get it, may not. Don't go for the ball. And you may also get a foul. Go for his eyes. Go for his face. Just go to lower his percentage. You don't want to swing down. You just want to keep your hands up. Just lower his percentage. You also don't want to give up on plays either. So if they have him wide up in three, don't give it to him. And you might say, well, I mean, I'm never going to get out there in time to block the shot. It's not about blocking the shot. It's about scaring him. All right. Now, don't do this. Please don't do this. Please don't do this. I'm crazy. All right. When my player shoots a shot and he's far away from me because I like messed up on defense or whatever it was, like a fast break, maybe it's not my man in general. Sometimes, and I've done this in the pros. Have I done this in college? I might have done this in college once. All right. Instead of closing out, I will run, and right when the guy's shooting, I will fall like I broke my leg. All right. It's crazy. And I've had people miss shots by like, oh my God, by like 10 feet. It's hilarious. All right. Just know that they are paying attention to you, even if you think that they aren't. So going out there, just putting a hand up, I would highly suggest don't do the fall down thing, because the only reason I got away with it is because I was very good. They couldn't take me out the game, okay? And I got back up with a straight face, too. I was never laughing. Even when I do it today, I never have, even though I think it's hilarious. All right, so just close out, put a hand up, and then box them out. All right, so know that your closeouts do something, so get a hand up. And then on fast breaks, you want to contest shots. Again, you don't want to swing down. All right, you want to get in front of them, make them turn. Just contest their shot. And when someone's in the post, shooting a hook shot, shooting a regular shot, just get close, put your hands up, and contest their shot. All right. And if you're guarding anyone ever, just contest. Do not block. Do not foul. Keep your hands up. Keep them off the line. If they make it, they make it. And over the course of time, that gamble will play off, because they're going to get far less free throws. You're going to get far less fouls, and the percentage will go down from 48% to like 43%. That's out of 100 shots, that's 10 points. All right. That's a lot of points in a basketball game. All right. So, but if you aren't guarding the ball and someone is on the ball and they properly contest, now you, as the help side, can come over for last second blocks or steals. So I do believe in blocks and steals. You should get a bushel of them. Might as well. Just not when you're on the ball, because you don't want to be gambling by jumping up and getting fouls, gambling by going for steals when you shouldn't, gambling by letting them shoot threes or twos or layups on their strong side. Make them shoot the harder shot always. All right. Next up with high school, we got star passing. This is one where Dylan says, "Don't you hate this drill?" I'm like, yeah. I hate this drill too. All right, so I hate Buffalo layup drill and hate star passing. Then why do we do them? Because people suck at them and we need to practice. So for this one, you need at least 6 people to do star passing, I believe, maybe 7. We only had 1. So what he did was we went off the dribble and from the free throw line, dribble, then pass the ball to the box above the rim to the opposite hand, and then go dribble, pass again. Then we did dribble, cross, all right, pass, and then we just kept doing that for like 10 minutes. So he practices accuracy of his passes off one-handed. All right, so again, got to get creative, come up with these drills. Then we did post catch, quick finish. Try to make him go 10 in a row as fast as he possibly could. I tricked him into going fast. The whole point of that was I told him to go as fast as he could. He couldn't. Dylan couldn't. He was like, yeah, he thought he was going fast. He heard me say he was going fast. But then I was like, okay, man, you got 2 minutes. Try to beat your record and only do 10. Then he started going blazing fast, trying to beat some record. Then afterwards, I was like, dude, there was no record. I lied to you. But I asked you to go fast and you didn't go fast. Now I told you that there was some record and you beat it. And then you go super fast. You need to go fast in the beginning, especially on this drill, because you have to catch the ball, twist as fast as you can, and then score all in the matter of like 1 second. And this drill's hard because you got to make a layup after all that twisting, right? But if you don't twist, the guy will be able to wall you up. So if you can twist and swing that bow, he has to stay where he is, and then you can get that shot off. You got to learn how to make that shot by going so fast. But if you don't practice going fast enough, you won't be practicing the correct shot, so you'll never be able to make that in the game. So that's why we did that. And we moved on to 3-on-3 defensive positioning. We used basketballs for that one, and I just told him to jump off to ball number 1, 2, or 3. And then he had a slide to stay in front of his defense. So we worked on the parts that were the hard parts. Press break reverse. We used his bouncing bed that he can pass the ball off of to sprint forward, retreat dribble, then twist pass, and again twist in the air and land and passing right away. We had to work on that speed as well. Then 49 seconds down by 3 with free throws. He suggests that we foul right away after heavily denying them. And of course, trying to make our free throws. As long as there's some kind of game plan at the end of the game that everyone's is on board with, and the point guard can communicate it with everyone, that's what we need. All right, that was a good game plan by him. If there was more than 10 seconds, then we can try a quick trap, make them pass a couple of times before they cross half court. But with so few seconds left, we have to foul them right away so that there's as much time on the clock as possible. And then bigs versus guards. The big guys versus the small guys, where we learn a lot about ourselves. We learn who are the toughest small guys on our team and who are the best ball handling big men on our team. And also, as a small guy, what can I do to gain the advantage on the big guy? Well, I can drive by him. I can press him full court. Well, and as a big guy, what can I do to take advantage of the small guy? Well, I can post him up and I can rebound. So realize everyone has their own advantages, and it's your job to put yourself in the advantage. And as a tall point guard like me, this will give players like me a chance to prove themselves. All right, and a chance for someone like Russell Westbrook, who's a guard, to prove himself as a rebounder. So it gives everyone a chance. That's why I like bigs versus guards. All right, we do have 15 more seconds left. Let me talk real quick about our motivational quote of the day. It is, what if I told you that that 10 years from now, your life would be exactly the same? I doubt that you would be happy. So why are you so afraid of change? All right, think about what you'd like to be doing by then, and then either do it now or start doing what it'll take to eventually get you to that point. So if you want to be an amazing basketball player, and you want to be like eventually in 10 years, be the guy that shoots 500 shots a day, do it now. Start right now. Or else you'll never be good enough to be that guy. All right? There is nothing stopping you from doing it right now. If you don't start right now, you're never going to start, because sooner or later, saying that you'll do it tomorrow becomes never. All right? Saying someday becomes never. All right? So do it right now. Transform yourself into that amazing Steph Curry player now. Don't dream of one day becoming a hard worker. Do it now. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Great job today. I'm going to Tice Valley, so if you guys want to log on in time. All right, 50allstars.com with our Google Meet, and that's about it. All right, peace, y'all.